this is an M1 Mac. And, you know, most people are complaining about iOS apps at the moment on M1 Macs, but most of these people are sighted. If you're blind, then you use it in basically the same way you normally would, and that is either with your trackpad or with a Bluetooth keyboard in my case, since I'm on a Mac and thus I'm using a keyboard. So I thought I'd show you something kind of cool about M1 Macs and being blind. This is, you know, just unscientific and a bit silly really, but it's kind of useful in some ways. I'm going to show you a couple of Mac apps that I've got installed. Envision we'll start with, because on my desktop here is a little JPEG.
Chocolate_/JPG.
You can hear the speech. Now I can try and review this in preview by hitting space.
Chocolate_/JPG.
And go over to the right.
And rotating share file. Open with preview of chocolate_/JPG. Empty.
Now if I do VoiceOver Shift L, it will read the preview out, because in VoiceOver Utility now in Big Sur, you go to the bottom of the window and you can enable the thing that is like the on-device image recognition, the same as you can on iPhone, and it will try and read some of this text, but it won't do as good job as Envision will. So here's the text it gets.
A white sign with black text hanging on a grey wall. Possible text. Hotel. British Cocoa Grower 55305 628852. FSC.
So it's kind of a bit disjointed, but it did at least give you an idea of what it is. But if I come out of here,
desktop group,
I've pressed escape, and if I do VO Shift M and go into the pop-up menu and choose share,
show view options, import from my phone, so show caps lock on, caps, change desktop background,
helps if it
show view options,
actually works.
Import from my phone, submit.
I did this before, and of course now it's not working.
New folder, paste, get it, check, you, sort
We'll
by, sub, clean up, show, import from my, show view option, new folder, paste item, desktop, chocolate_/J, menu, open, remove, get, rename, compress, make a quick look, copy, share, tags, share, submenu.
I don't think it was highlighted properly. I do apologize for that.
Share, submenu, share file.
So if I hit E for Envision it, then it will come up with the standard processing type dialog that you see on iOS, because share sheets,
chocolate_/JPG, save with description, button, Finder has new window.
With exactly the same kind of window that you would get from the iOS share sheet, which is super cool. I love this. So I'll wait a bit, and then if I look around the window from top to bottom,
group 6 items, description, looks like text.
It looks like text, and now we'll get the full meaning of the text, and hopefully you can see it on the screen as well if I've got my OBS working correctly.
Text. Hotel chocolate. British Cocoa Grower grand designs we think are iconic handmade giant slabs are works of art, and we hope you agree. Once you've finished admiring this magnificent still life in chocolate, just remove the lid, snap your slab into pieces and turn the frame into a tray. Perfect for sharing. UK, a solid caramel and milk chocolate slab decorated with shortbread biscuits and drizzled with dark chocolate. Ingredients: cocoa solids, cocoa butter, cocoa mass, sugar, full cream milk powder, shortbread biscuits, 7%, wheat flour.
And so on. And then I can save it with description if I want. Now, for this case, I'll just press
cancel. Chocolate_/JPG.
I don't really need to keep it. But that's just one way to use this app. You can use it in the conventional ways as well by loading it. But one app I wanted to show you, because it's the most silly of them in this case, because who's going to carry a Mac around like it's an iPad or an iPhone, is BlindSquare. So if I go into, is it in the dock still? It might be.
Dock. BlindSquare. 28 of 30.
Let's load BlindSquare.
Finder. Desktop. Chocolate_/JPG. BlindSquare. Window.
See, it's the standard stuff.
My places, home.
And it's reading out my places. So I can go search for something.
65 meters.
Add place. Tools. For other. Filter. Mute speed. Search place in slider.
So what you heard there is quite sluggish. For some reason, the one thing about iOS apps on this system is that it is quite sluggish. I don't know why. I don't think it's sluggish to actually use if you can see it, but it comes across as a bit sluggish in some cases. And not all apps do this, just some apps.
Out of table. In table. Search.
So
Arts and entertainment.
Let's see what food places we've got around here.
Search. College and search. Food.
All right.
Selected. Search. Food. Selected.
So there we are. If I go from top of the window, you will see it's a bit different than iPhone, because of course the iPhone doesn't make you interact with things. It's a bit, more linear. But there are tables.
Group 4 BlindSquare. Full screen
so
button.
From the very, very top.
Close.
Close.
Button. Minimize. Full screen. But BlindSquare. Back button.
The back button, which you can't just kind of voice over scrub because I'm not using the trackpad. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Food. Heading. Action button. Table.
See, and here's the table with the results. Of course, on iPhone, you would actually just get to those results if you're using a Bluetooth keyboard or swiping.
Table.
So if I interact with the table.
In table. Sorted. Ornis, Afghan restaurant phone, 110 meters east. Fu Man Lu, Chinese restaurant, 125 meters northeast.
So there we go.
Rafkins, Camden Town, New American restaurant, 125 meters east.
And all these places. So why would you want to use this? Most of the time you wouldn't, but I just wanted to put it on because it was in my list of apps from the App Store directly. I didn't have to sideload this one using iMazing like I have had to do for the YouTube app, which also I have on here. And that's quite interesting. It's a really weird way to use YouTube because, you can't just touch the screen and jump to the places. So you have to swipe everything. So it's not a convenient way of doing things, I must admit. I mean, although Item Chooser does help, but it's just more of a can it be done? Yes, it can type thing. So it was just kind of an experiment, if you will. And it works. It really does. Even if it is silly, it works. So yeah, just a bit about that really. So, I mean, if you use, there are probably loads of apps people want and can get access to either by sideloading if you're really quick about it, because they're taking that functionality away quickly, as I've heard it, or by the official way if the developer has opted in to having a Mac app. You can opt out, I think. But yeah, these are two that I didn't have to do that. They were actually just on the App Store under my purchase history. So it's quite fun. I can close it.
Quick Finder, desktop.
So yeah, just a bit about that really. What happens if I load Envision properly? Let's see if I go here.
Obs to say, Finder.
Oh dear, you don't want to see that screen, because if you see the OBS screen, it will feed back and look all weird.
Applications.
So let's go.
Envision application. Today date 19. Opens chocolate_slab JPG. JPEG image. Chocolate_slab JPG. JPEG image. Envision. Magnifier. Start reading. Magnifier. Start reading instantly.
So now we're actually in the Envision app. There's nothing to read.
Envision. Magnifier.
And Alice is over there. Can you see anything on the screen? What do you see?
Myself.
You can see yourself?
Yeah.
Ooh, all right then. Let's see if I can take a picture of myself. Hang on.
Start.
Me.
Read more. Tab bar. Group.
I need to go here.
Selected. Text. Tab.
And choose
General.
General.
Tab. Selected. Out. Tab.
And then
Scan
I
bar.
need
Tab bar. Group. In. Tab
go.
bar. Out of. Tab bar. Group.
This is what makes it a bit awkward.
Scan barcode.
Is
Button.
it this?
Detect cut. Describe scene. Envision. Full screen.
Oh, describe scene. Let's see
Button.
what happens. Are you standing in front of the camera?
Yeah.
Describe scene. Button.
All right, let's try it.
It might be a close-up of a child wearing a hat.
Apparently, can you see that? Can you read that?
I might be a close-up of a child wearing a hat.
Yes. Are you wearing a hat?
No.
It's just your fluffy mane of hair then? Great.
I don't look like I have a hat on.
Apparently you do.
Apparently I do.
Apparently you do. So I could try another one. Hang on.
Detect color. Scan bar. Describe scene. Button.
I'll do another one. Pull a face or stand in a cool pose or something. Do you have to move the screen? If you can move the screen if you want. Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Describe scene. Button.
Let's do it.
Probably a little girl smiling at the
Probably a little
camera.
girl
That's better.
It says probably a little girl smiling at the camera.
See, that's more like it. That's you, isn't it? There we go. So a real world use for an app this time. Yeah, BlindSquare is a silly one. Not that the app itself is silly, but it's, you know, less of a sensible use case. But in this case, having something on your phone, on your Mac that you can use the webcam for, make sure that you're lined up in front of it, for example. Hopefully, I haven't tested much of the thing, but I would imagine I can probably import a PDF, have it scanned. You know, it's quite a useful thing, honestly.
Finder.
So that's a bit about that. Anyway, I did not want to make this a hugely long video, just a bit of an interest sake thing. So I will leave you all to it and wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching, listening, and if you pick up an M1 Mac, what apps can you get from your app store? Leave me a comment and let me know if you have done this already. I'll be interested to know. Oh, by the way, just for interest's sake, I'm using a base MacBook Pro 8GB, 256GB. So I didn't get the 16 one because I just was not going to keep this necessarily, but I like it so much I'm going to keep it. Happens sometimes. Bye bye for now.